The coalition, led by Sri Lanka's new president, has secured a parliamentary majority and is on course for a landslide victory in parliamentary elections. With the votes counted now, Anura Kumara Dissanayake, his left-wing National People's Power, has more than 60% of the votes. The result is a boost for Mr Dissanayake, who was elected president in September on a promise to combat corruption. Well, with me is our South Asia regional editor, Anbarasan Ethirijan. Hello, thank you so much for joining us here. Take us through why this election victory is so important.
It's an unprecedented victory for President Anura Kumara Dissanayake's coalition, because now the final results are out. They've got a nearly two-thirds majority. First of all, in Sri Lanka, the presidency is executive presidency, so he holds a lot of power, and now he controls parliament as well. So that helps him to push through economic reforms and constitutional reforms, what he was campaigning before. The most important thing is now the dissatisfaction of the people, the electorate, over the established political parties, because this is a complete transformation of the political landscape in Sri Lanka. The politics was dominated by the Rajapakshas and the Wickremesinghes and the established political parties. In fact, Mr Dissanayake's party had only 3 seats in the previous parliament. Now you have about 159, so it shows the people wanted a real change.
So it's a huge change. What was his main campaign stance? Why have they voted for him in such numbers?
He was promising good governance because people were complaining of corruption that led to the huge financial crisis in 2022. Sri Lanka declared bankruptcy after it ran out of foreign currency reserves. That led to shortage of food and fuel. People were standing in queues, and there was a huge anti-government protest that toppled the then President Gotabaya Rajapaksa. So he was promising good governance and also talked about economic reforms to take the country forward. At the same time, he also talked about welfare measures for people, because Sri Lanka's poverty has doubled in the last 5 years, according to World Bank, because of this economic crisis. And the IMF gave a $3 billion bailout loan that helped for the economy to revive. Now, it will be a challenge for him while he's talking about the welfare policies, at the same time implementing IMF's structural changes within the government.
Yeah, I mean, you've mentioned it there. Let's talk about the challenges, because there are huge economic challenges ahead.
First and foremost, the high cost of living. That's what many Sri Lankans are complaining about. A loaf of bread, a milk powder, or a bag of rice, they're costing more than what it used to cost some years ago. So people are struggling. And that's why people wanted a big change. They are expecting him to work on the economy. So the expectations are really high, but it will be a challenge for him how he's going to do, because we haven't even visited the external debt of Sri Lanka. We talk more than $40 billion debt, bilateral debt, as well as the international institutions debt. So they have to restructure. When they start repaying, then the real economy will come into trouble, how they are going to manage. So the economy is the most important issue, what the people are looking up to the president to see how he's going to tackle. But he has the power, he has the parliament. We have to wait and see what changes he's going to bring in.